Hey everybody, hey. I'm back again. Well, on this channel. Child had a busy day. So okay. We actually have some updates. It looks like there's some stuff coming out, y'all. So let's get into it. I haven't even read these. I'm just seeing some new articles being posted. Let's see who is here. Waiting on the fresh tea. Hey Tommy and Dukes. Thanks for getting things started, Dukes. Mama Dukes. Every single day I'm looking for updates in this sad case, but nothing so frustrating. Definitely frustrating. I am with you on that 100%. Yes, Hunter. Yes, come on through. It's long overdue. Hey, Dani Maz in chat. Yes, hashtag justice for Shanquella. And make sure we're using that on all platforms. Continue to sign a petition. That's change.org/Shanquella to sign the petition. Hey, Teresa. To be honest, I have to admit that this is definitely my favorite channel to be on. Hello to everyone in the chat, mods and panel. Hello. Let's see. I think I said Teresa. Okay. Hey Sandra and Diane. Hello. Jacqueline. Hey Dee Dee. And Pamela and Kelly. Okay, so I'm gonna wait, give everyone like one more minute to get in here, so I don't have to start all over again with this. This actually will be a quick live, okay? I know I say quick all the time, but I definitely am going to make this quick. Just going to go over some articles and new information. Okay, we're going to get started in just a second. I'm going to post this to my Twitter as well. No. Yeah, so I did see, as in the title, Daejhanae's name was added to the letter that Sue-Ann Robinson and Crump sent to Biden at the White House. So her name, she is the suspect that's listed on the warrant for extradition, right? And most of us have figured that out, but of course, due to rumors and gossip and everything else, people were thinking that it might be Winter that issued the final blow that led to Atlas luxation, but as it turns out, it's still Daejhanae on the extradition. Okay, so Daejhanae, and also it looks like there's an article right here. It says hotel staff pointed police a suspect in Shanquella Robinson case. New records show. Ooh, that's something we didn't see before, right? That's something we didn't see before. No. Okay, I promise I'm going to get started in just a second. I need to put this on my community post real fast. Okay, soon I'm going to actually bring Jalen Lewis' mother. Jalen Lewis' mother will be coming back to the channel. We're going to give like updates on what has been happening so far and things that have happened on Jalen Lewis. And I also have some phone calls to make because some new developments and things we need to work on as to mass call and mass report. So make sure you're also signing that petition as well. That's change.org/Jalen Lewis. That's change.org/Jalen Lewis. I'm going to need y'all help on something really soon. Okay. So go ahead and sign a petition if you have not signed it. So let's go ahead and start on this article. We are 5 minutes in now. Yes, auntie, yes. Okay, it says hotel staff pointed police to suspect in Shanquella Robinson case, new records show. Now, Charlotte Observer, their website is a little glitchy in my opinion. And what I mean by that is that I actually have an account with them because I read a lot of articles. So obviously now I kind of need an account. So let me zoom in. So yeah, so there's 2 articles. Now, if you barely read their articles, you mostly can read their articles for free. But if you click on it too many times and you have cookies and cache and everything, then it eventually will have a paywall for you to pay. Okay, so let me go ahead and hey Kelly. So it says hotel staff pointed police to suspect in Shanquella Robinson case, new records show. Okay. It says this was actually for March 14th, so today. Okay, a timeline of events leading up to and following the death of 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson while on vacation in Cabo, Mexico, and by Michaela Holder. Okay, it says newly obtained information reveals the 6 people traveling with Shanquella Robinson fled Mexico after her death, and she was seen at dinner the night before acting strange. Robinson, 25, from Charlotte, died October 29th in Cabo, Mexico, under suspicious circumstances while on vacation. An autopsy report from the Directorate of Forensic Services classifies Robinson's death as violent. A combination of documents revealing a medical examiner's findings, interviews with hotel staff, and law enforcement reports were released to the Charlotte Observer and other media on Tuesday, along with a letter sent to President Joe Biden calling for an arrest. Oh, it looks like the Sue Ann Robinson probably has leaked some information to the media to get things spinning, child, and I'm here for it. I think we all are here for it, right? A combination of documents revealing a medical examiner's findings, interviews with hotel staff, oh my gosh, y'all, and law enforcement reports are released to the Charlotte Observer and other media on Tuesday, which was today, along with a letter sent to President Joe Biden calling for an arrest. Child, the day has arrived. It has arrived, hunty. Woo! Okay, the documents include interview transcripts between investigators and both the manager and the concierge at the vacation villa. Lawyers for Robinson's family, Sue Ann Robinson and Benjamin Crump, says the arrest warrant issued for Daejhanae Jackson mentions femicide. So there goes the arrest warrant mentioning femicide for Daejhanae Jackson. In the 18-page information packet sent March 13 to top U.S. government officials, Crump and Sue Ann Robinson write, as a result of the investigation, a warrant was issued for Daejhanae Jackson by Mexican law enforcement, one of the 6 travel mates who fled to the United States after Shanquella was pronounced dead. Ms. Jackson was identified as the perpetrator of femicide against Shanquella Robinson, a homicide based on gender. So listen, y'all, it says Ms. Jackson was identified as a perpetrator of femicide against Shanquella Robinson. Here's a look at what's contained in the letter and law enforcement records. Oh my gosh, I wish I could get the documents too, but I can just read it here, right? Concierge recalls meeting Shanquella Robinson. A concierge working at Cabo Villas told an investigator with the specialized unit for the investigation of miscellaneous crimes that Jackson was the main guest handling the trip arrangements. So listen, it says Jackson was the main guest handling the trip arrangements. Interesting, right? Hold on. The interview took place November 17th at 8:45 a.m. So this is like 2 days before her funeral. Okay. The concierge said the first night the group arrived, he noticed something was off. He said Robinson was the last person to join the group for dinner and that she seemed not to fit in with the others. We have recognized that. We have recognized that, y'all. The concierge said he greeted her, but she did not smile or say anything to him. She was indifferent, nothing to do with the atmosphere of celebration. She was out of place at the party, he told the investigator, according to an English translation of prosecutor documents. So this, keep in mind, this has been translated, right? It says Daejhanae Jackson texted for the doctor. So Daejhanae texted for the doctor. The next day, October 29th, around 1:50 p.m., the concierge told investigators Jackson texted him and asked if he was available and where the nearest medical service was. Oh my gosh, y'all, listen. Now, I told y'all that it was, I'll say my commentary for authors, but I told y'all they had to do the concierge first. Okay. So it says Jackson texted him and asked if he was available and where the nearest medical service was. She said, okay, I gotta do it like a manly voice because she's like manly. I think my friend has alcohol poisoning and needs emergency service. It's someone to translate or speak Spanish for us, Jackson told him. So she said, I think my friend has alcohol poisoning and needs emergency service and someone to translate or speak Spanish for us, Jackson told him. The concierge offered to send a doctor who spoke English and who could determine if Robinson needed to go to the hospital. So she actually said it. I think my friend has alcohol poisoning and needs emergency service and someone to translate or speak Spanish for us. The concierge offered to send a doctor who spoke English and who could determine if Robinson needed to go to the hospital. Jackson agreed to this and asked that the doctor be sent as soon as possible. Around 2 p.m., he said he called the doctor on call for the villa. So she was on call for the villa. That's Dr. Carolina Ornelas. As the Observer previously reported, the doctor tried giving Robinson an IV. It is unclear what was in the IV bag. And about an hour after the doctor arrived, Robinson began having convulsions. She was later declared dead by what the doctor referred to as cardiac arrest. So that's the convulsions everybody was talking about. Okay, let's go down. Shanquella Robinson's death. Okay. Previous police reports obtained by the Observer state that Winter Donovan, one of the travelers, called 911 and asked for an ambulance around 4:20 p.m. According to the police report excerpt, Robinson died sometime between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., hours after Jackson first texted the concierge for help. Later, the concierge told investigators Jackson had texted him that Robinson would be taken to a hospital, saying Robinson was not in serious condition but required an IV and was practically unconscious. The group the concierge says he was told was discussing whether or not they had insurance that could pay for the hospital visit. Later, an administrator of the villa contacted the concierge to ask if he requested an ambulance because security was notified to let one in. It's not clear from the interview transcript how much time had passed. After this, he received another call saying Robinson had died and he needed to get to the villa as soon as possible. It's not clear from the information in the police report or transcript exactly what time an ambulance arrived from the 911 call. Cabo, Mexico police investigation. Okay. When the concierge arrived, he noticed one of the guests was speaking with police, and after entering the house, he said the guests were sitting calmly around the bar and dinner table in the main room. He sought out Jackson to offer his condolences, he told investigators. Jackson told the concierge they informed Robinson's mother about her death and that it was so fast to lose her in an instant for having had too much alcohol. Then he asked if he could hug Jackson. Yeah, we got a lot of commentary on this, don't we, y'all? She gave me a very indifferent hug, very cold. I saw a very sad guest, a skinny girl, and I saw that she was in pain. The concierge told the investigator, I left that area and stayed outside the main entrance to give them space to mourn and grieve. Oh my gosh, this is weird. Minutes later, I heard laughter, the concierge recalled in the interview. Huh? Hours later, Jackson texted the concierge about dinner and he arranged a ride for the group to San Jose, but he found out later the group went to the airport. Child, we got a lot to discuss. The next day, a maid told the concierge that the villa was empty and asked if the guests checked out. Surprised, the concierge said they had not, and he texted Jackson. Jackson did not respond until the next day, October 31st, when she told him they had already left for the U.S. and asked if she needed to sign anything for checkout. Later, when news broke of Robinson's death and a video was released of Jackson attacking her, the concierge said he realized that practically Jackson had manipulated him in an effort to leave the country as soon as possible. Hotel staff Daejhanae Jackson video. The administrator of the villas told investigators in a separate interview that he served as a translator for the group when the police arrived. Wait. Let me make sure this is correct. Wait a second. It stopped loading. Hold on. The administrator of the villas told investigators in a separate interview that he served. Come on. This is stupid now. The interview took, okay, let me start on that part again because this is loading for some reason. The administrator of the villas told investigators in a separate interview that he served as a translator for the group when police arrived after Robinson's death. The interview took place November 19th at 2 p.m., the prosecutor's office records show. He said he had seen the viral video circulating on social media of Robinson being beaten by another woman. He confirmed that this took place at the villa and said the other woman in the video was Jackson, who he had met. Okay, concierge, if you're actually watching me still, pay attention. Your statement has already been released, so now you can talk to me for extra questions, right? So it's already been released. Look, it's in the media. So talk to me. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm telling you, Charlotte Observer needs to fix their website. Okay, the concierge also confirmed in his interview that he believed the video he's seen showed Jackson hitting Robinson. The footage shows a naked woman, barely verbal, being hit and punched in the face multiple times by another woman until she falls to the ground. A person not seen in the video is her saying, "Quella, can you at least fight back?" Due to the location of the sun rays in the video, the administrator said it was between 7 and 8:30 a.m. in room 3, which was registered to Winter Donovan, according to the concierge's interview. Okay, so each room is registered to a person. Okay. So yeah, so due to the location of the sun rays in the video, the administrator said it was between 7 and 8:30 a.m. in the room 3, which was registered to Winter Donovan, according to the concierge's interview. Okay, autopsy classifies death as violent. Let's go to the next one. Among the documents included with the letter was an English copy of the medical examiner's report by Dr. Renee Adalberto Galvin, and I talked about this person before, remember. This classifies Robinson's death as violent and lists her cause of death as a broken neck. So, okay, the report they have, it actually shows violent. Because remember that first one said accidental or violent, and it wasn't really nothing checked. Well, this one actually shows classifies Robinson's death as violent and lists his cause of death as a broken neck. Y'all can't see it on y'all end, but on my end, it keeps on loading. Hold on. Okay, there is no mention of alcohol in the medical examiner's report. Oh my God. So it says there is no mention of alcohol in the medical examiner's report. A death certificate issued later said Robinson died of severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, and a police report taken from the villa said she died of cardiac arrest. The medical examiner's report states there were friction burns along Robinson's left ankle, contusions on her head, and other injuries consistent with resuscitation efforts such as CPR and defibrillator. Interesting. So yeah, we have a lot to discuss. This will lead to a lot of discussion. This is a lot of information, and I'm sure this is not the only thing because they said they have other. Let me go see what else we have available, right? Yeah, let's see what else we have available. Woo! this is a lot of information. There's also another one. There's some other articles as well. So let me pull those up. Wait 1 second. Okay, let me share this. Can someone actually come up and read some of the comments while I pull up this other article? Wait 1 second. Let's see here. Let me drop the link just in case anybody wants to come up and discuss this here, child. Hold on. So I'm dropping the link. I'm gonna have to clear my cookies out because give me 1 second. Okay. Okay,
Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Colin Midfield.
And I'm Vanessa Rufus. We start with attorneys representing Shanquella Robinson's family. They say they know who Mexican authorities are seeking for Robinson's death. The Charlotte Observer reports those attorneys shared that name in a letter to the White House. She's a 26-year-old. The Observer reports the letter includes findings from a trip a family attorney took to Mexico recently. Robinson, you'll remember, died while on vacation with 6 others in Cabo last year. And in January, prosecutors in Baja California Sur named that they were seeking a suspect facing femicide charges. Now, we asked officials there for more information. Within the last hour, they sent us a statement. Translated into English, it says Mexican law prohibits sharing the documents and revealing names of those with pending warrants. WCNC Charlotte has also reached out to these attorneys for further confirmation and comment. We have not heard back yet.
It wasn't long ago, even though it feels like forever ago, that Logan Webb
Okay, I definitely prefer the Charlotte Observer, but logging into my account and it's acting stupid. So I'm going to read another article about the same topic until I can log into that one. Wait 1 second. Okay, so it says, do I have my ads locked? Okay, it says Charlotte, North Carolina. Attorneys representing the family of Shanquella Robinson have identified the woman they say is wanted by Mexican authorities for her killing while on vacation in 2022. The Charlotte Observer reports attorneys Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson shared a letter sent to the White House on March 13th that names a 26-year-old woman as a suspect wanted in Mexico. The Observer reports the letter includes findings from a trip Sue Ann Robinson took to Mexico recently, detailed in an 18-page packet that includes an autopsy and unreleased documents from prosecutors and police. Shanquella Robinson's death while on vacation with 6 other people in Cabo San Lucas has sparked demands for justice and called international attention. In January 2023, prosecutors in the Mexican state of Baja California Sur confirmed they were seeking a suspect to face femicide charges, going as far as to issue a red notice with Interpol to help law enforcement globally be on the lookout for a suspect. So Daejhanae has been the one listed. Okay, loved ones have demanded authorities in both the United States and Mexico to take action to bring justice in Robinson's case, including a letter writing campaign that saw about 100 letters sent to Mexican officials in February 2023. That was on the 18th, when they sent the pink letters to Mexico. WCNC Charlotte has reached out to representatives with Crump's law firm for confirmation and a copy of the letter. This article will be updated with new information once obtained. The United States Department of Justice declined to comment when reached via email. Prosecutors for the Attorney General of the state of Baja California Sur said it could not share information such as the names of people with pending arrest warrants due to prohibitions under Mexican law.
WCNC Charlotte.
Okay,
That's what local news is.
Wait 1 second.
We're not trying to tell you what you should and should not do. We're not a talking head. We're sharing stories of ways that you can help your community.
See the difference.
All the things I'm reading about on the news are affecting my family. My kids are...
Stop. Ciao. But yeah, so that, I guess they don't really have the official thing. Wait 1 second. Let me try another one. So basically, some news were sent this information. I know the Charlotte Observer was sent the information. Okay, just a second. Okay, let me share this one. Okay, let's look at WBTV.
All new at 6 o'clock in the death of Charlotte native Shanquella Robinson. Robinson died in Cabo, Mexico last October. On First at 4, we showed you a letter sent to the White House calling on President Joe Biden and other top federal officials to request, quote, immediate diplomatic intervention from the U.S. government. The push for answers you also saw earlier this month as Robinson's family, attorney, and national activists rallied in Washington, D.C. Mexican authorities say they have identified one as a, quote, direct aggressor in Robinson's death. And on the U.S. side, the FBI's investigation is ongoing.
Yeah, new here at 6 o'clock, we are learning more about what happened the night of October 29th, the day Robinson was found dead. WBTV's Brandon Hamilton joins us here in studio. Brandon, you've been looking at these documents today. We know there's a lot of new information in those. What can you tell us?
Well, Jamie and Molly, the law firm representing the family of Shanquella Robinson, provided these documents. And for the first time, we're hearing from an employee describing the moment he saw the group. Now, I do want to add you that the information that you're about to see, according to the attorneys, is a translation from Mexican documents that were in Spanish to English. What happened to Shanquella Robinson? Solving that question is central to the push for top federal officials to get involved, says family attorney Sue Ann Robinson.
You don't want to leave any room for the administration to say we didn't know about the case, we didn't have the details, we didn't understand what the family's ask is. And because we need a high level of diplomatic intervention, we sent the correspondence to the highest diplomats in our country.
In documents released by the law firm on Tuesday is an interview conducted by investigators in Mexico. An employee at the resort Robinson was staying at describes providing assistance to the friends in Robinson inside their Cabo, Mexico villa. That unidentified male employee told investigators the group arrived on the night of October the 28th. He said he met Robinson around dinner time. He added she was the last to the table, quote, seemed not to fit in with the others and was out of place at that party.
Obviously, Shanquella was attacked by someone in the group, one of the travel mates. So the employee describing their interaction lets me know that the environment that she was in for her last moments wasn't a positive one.
The next day, October the 29th, as we've reported, Robinson was found dead. According to the transcript, the resort employee received a text from the main guest asking about medical service and added that Robinson had alcohol poisoning. Employee later learned Robinson had died. In the initial death certificate provided by her family, a spinal cord injury was listed as the cause of death. In the hours after her death, again, according to the transcript, the group requested a driver to go to dinner. They would never come back to the villa. After seeing this viral video, the employee in the transcript said, quote, I realized that practically the main guest had manipulated me with the information she provided of what happened to leave the country as soon as possible. Now, while the names of those with Robinson have been revealed in these documents, WBTV has chosen not to name them because they are currently not charged with the crime here in the U.S. Now, in the stack of documents is a new autopsy report. As a reminder, back in November, we did first report that Shanquella's family, as you just saw, learned she had a cracked spine. Now, in those documents, there are more injuries we're learning about. I'll have that information coming up on your side tonight with you, Jamie.
Yeah, we'll see you at 7 o'clock, but more detail continues to sort of just trickle in with this case.
Great reporting, Brandon. Thank you.
On your side now here at 6 o'clock.
So mainly, the concierge is basically saying that Daejhanae pretty much was like tricked him or he felt manipulated. And they also said that when he asked for a hug, like to give her condolences, she was like cold, right? So we see now that Daejhanae was the one that actually reached out to the concierge, right? So let's see something else here. Okay, it says it has now been more than 4 months since Charlotte native Shanquella Robinson was found dead in Cabo, Mexico, after holding a news conference in Washington, D.C., demanding the federal government take action to bring her killer to justice in early March. They are now calling on President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken personally to bring their family justice. It says national activist and attorney Ben Crump participated in the news conference earlier this month, and their message was clear: to get top politicians such as President Joe Biden to publicly acknowledge the case to put pressure on the investigation. In early November, a video showing an alleged fight goes viral on social media. Robinson's parents told WBTV an autopsy report showed she died of a cracked spine. The Mexican government has issued an arrest warrant for a direct aggressor on the trip, but no one has been arrested. Mexican authorities claiming they are working with U.S. officials to extradite the individual, which we now know as, of course, Daejhanae Jackson, right? Although Mexico has issued a warrant for an individual, the United States has not yet done so, and Robinson's family is pushing for federal charges. And this is a statement. It says, and Robinson says, if a United States citizen commits homicide in Mexico and returns back to the United States, as you are aware, they can face criminal charges in the United States under federal law or state law, depending on the circumstances of the crime. Federal charges are brought in cases where the crime involves interstate commerce or federal law enforcement agencies. The family's attorneys, Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, no relation, said in a letter to Biden. Sue Ann Robinson, in the interview with WBTV, said sending the letter was important. We don't want to leave any room for the administration to say we don't know about the case. We did not have the details. We did not understand what the family asked is. She said, because we need a high level of diplomatic intervention, we sent the correspondence to the highest diplomats in our country. Included in documents released by the law firm Tuesday is an interview conducted by investigators in Mexico. And an employee at the the villa. An employee at the villa Robinson was staying at describes providing assistance to the friends and Robinson inside their Cabo Mexico villa. That unidentified male employee told investigators the group arrived on the night of October 28th. He said he met Robinson around dinner time. He added she was the last to the table and seemed to not fit in with the others and was out of place at the party. Okay. Obviously, Shanquella was attacked by someone in the group, one of the travel maids. So the employee describing their interactions lets me know the environment she was in for her last moments was not a positive one, Sue Ann Robinson said to WBTV. Okay, it says, the FBI announced an investigation into the death of Robinson on November 18, 2022, but again, no charges have been brought. Given the nature and scope of this case, we believe that diplomatic intervention from the U.S. government could help facilitate the necessary cooperation and coordination between the involved parties to ensure that justice is served timely, that the accused are tried under the appropriate legal system, that extradition is possible, and that international cooperation is fostered, the letter reads. Extradition of a United States citizen to a sovereign country can be difficult, but the family's attorney said it's not impossible. The United States can follow the extradition protocol and turn over the individual or individuals responsible for Shanquella's death to Mexican authorities. Alternatively, U.S. federal law enforcement agencies can request concurrent jurisdiction with Mexican law enforcement agencies, which would permit U.S. prosecutors to bring the case in the United States as the involved parties are U.S. citizens, the letter reads. This is kind of like what she was discussing in her interview recently, right? To extradite or to invoke extraterritorial jurisdiction, to have the concurrent jurisdiction, like just basically do something with this, right? With the extradition of Daejhanae. Take care of it or extradite. Pointing to another violent incident in Mexico, attorneys say there have been instances of the two countries working together to bring justice across national borders. We have just witnessed what a swift concurrent response from Mexican and U.S. law enforcement agencies look like in the kidnapping case of a group of U.S. citizens at some place in Mexico, the letter reads. So I guess Matamoros, yeah. Okay, so anywho, So she basically just making a comparison that recently when those Americans were kidnapped in Mexico, there was swift action and a concurrent investigation, and I guess concurrent jurisdiction was invoked in that process. So she sees how quickly they can act if needs so, right? But in this case with Shanquella, they don't seem to be on that same speed or taking on that same power as quickly and as swiftly as she would like, right? So that's that article as well from WBTV. Okay, let me see if I see anything else. But yeah, the most interesting one so far is this Charlotte Observer article. Let me check something out here and see what else we have. Yeah, this will lead to a lot of discussion, especially the first one, the message on the interview for the concierge statement. I wonder who the concierge was, because I definitely had spoke to mostly all of them, right? Well, all of them, but of course no one would actually say which one it was. But of course we all like Ivan. Ivan is our favorite, right? Yeah, Ivan is our favorite. Just a second. Interesting how for the free service, like the article comes up, but now that I'm a paying person, then I have difficulties. How interesting, and also how frustrating. How frustrating, right? One second. Thanks for your patience. Let me do this. I'm definitely going to contact them because this is Aggie. Very Aggie. Okay, so basically I'm just downloading the article and I'm going to read it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got it. Okay, so this is a Charlotte Observer. Let me make it a little bigger. Well, that cuts off some of the words. Wait. Okay, so let's go into this one. It says, suspect in Shanquella Robinson's death named in letter sent to White House. A 26-year-old woman from North Carolina is wanted by police in Cabo, Mexico, who are investigating the killing of Shanquella Robinson, according to lawyers who are imploring U.S. officials to act on a pending extradition request. At a recent press conference and a letter dated March 13 to President Joe Biden and diplomatic leaders, attorneys Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson said Daejhanae Jackson is wanted by Mexican authorities. A copy of the letter was shared with the Charlotte Observer on Tuesday by a representative with the law firm. So what I'm seeing so far is that WBTV has this information from Sue Ann Robinson, and also the Charlotte Observer definitely has information, and some other media outlets are trying to get their little fingers on it too, right? Okay. The letter presents findings from a trip Sue Ann Robinson took to Mexico recently. The packet of information includes 18 pages, which includes an autopsy. Oh my gosh, I want to see it. And some prosecutor and police records not previously released. I want to see the autopsy. Okay, it says Shanquella Robinson from Charlotte died October 29th under suspicious circumstances while on vacation with 6 acquaintances. She was 25. Previously, authorities in Mexico said a warrant was issued for the arrest of an American citizen who traveled with Robinson. The charge, officials said then, was femicide, a form of homicide. Part of the outcry and intense interest on the case revolves around how U.S. officials have handled matters, including that no suspect has been taken into custody. And that's why everyone is so frustrated. Jackson, not officially named until recently, was believed by many following the case closely to be the suspect. Attention centered on claims she was the person seen beating Robinson in a video just before she died. But until now, no police officials or entities responsible for sharing information about criminal cases have named a suspect. In Mexico, a federal law offers some protection pre-trial for those accused of crimes, which typically means police there keep private certain documents, blur mugshots, and refrain from releasing full names when a person is arrested. But over the months, the identities of those dubbed the Cabo Six have come to light via leaks to media, conversations with friends of people on the group, and a copy of the vacation home check-in list. In the letter to Biden and U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, is it Blinken or Blinken? Okay, Crump, and I should know that by now. Crump and Sue Ann Robinson say Jackson was identified as a suspect upon investigation by the Attorney General's office in Baja California Sur, where the popular vacation destination of Cabo San Lucas is located. Attorney Sue Ann Robinson is not related to Shanquella Robinson. Okay, who is Daejhanae Jackson? A criminal background check of Daejhanae Jackson shows 2 prior arrests in North Carolina on misdemeanor nonviolent offenses. And 2018 public records show Jackson pleaded to a lesser charge on a speeding offense in Guilford County. Public records show Jackson's last known address is Jamestown, close to High Point, and the records show that she graduated from Winston-Salem State University, which is also Robinson's alma mater. Wait. Previously, WSSU released a statement saying none of those involved in Robinson's death who attended WSSU are current students. Jackson, according to the letter from Crump's and Robinson's law office, was one of the 3 people who returned Robinson's luggage to her mother's home in Charlotte and told her mother Shanquella died of alcohol poisoning. But that explanation contradicts what official records say about Robinson's condition and death. An autopsy indicates Robinson died from severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation or a broken neck. The Charlotte Observer has previously wait. Wait 1 second. The Charlotte Observer has previously reported witnesses, the lawyers say, identified Jackson as the person seen beating Shanquella Robinson on the viral video that surfaced after her death. A phone number listed for Jackson has been disconnected. The Observer has been unable to reach her. extradition request in Shanquella Robinson's death. In the 4 months since her death, the fight for Shanquella Robinson has moved from Charlotte to Washington, D.C., where prominent civil rights activists are calling on President Joe Biden to intervene in her case. Trump and Robinson say the U.S. needs to either extradite the person named on an arrest warrant issued by Mexican officials or to take over jurisdiction and prosecute that person in the U.S. There is an active FBI investigation into Robinson's death, the agency confirmed in November. The Department of State previously told the Observer it would not comment on extradition matters. The Department of State supports a thorough investigation into the circumstances of this incident and is closely monitoring local authorities' investigation. We refer you to the Mexican authorities for further questions regarding an investigation, the Department of State said. Okay, this is a developing story. Check back for details. Okay, so that's pretty much it for those new articles from the Charlotte Observer. Let me double check. Wait. Okay, so I read the one for the letter to the White House, the one for the concierge. Let me see. But yeah, the one for the concierge is definitely a talking point. Very much so. So I think that Charlotte Observer first article went over a lot of the points that were made. And let me check one additional place. Make sure there's nothing else. Okay, so I need to check for today. Okay, I already read the one for the letter sent. So it looks like that's the only ones that were released. Okay, so let me go ahead and go over some of your comments on this article and then see if anyone has any questions about the article. Okay, so let me go ahead and read your comments so I don't see any new other articles. So yeah, I'm sure y'all have y'all thoughts about the whole thing, right? So to me, my thoughts are this. Let me go ahead and get my thoughts first, and then I read your comments. I pretty much, to be honest, it's kind of like I didn't know who was the one that would actually text the concierge, but I knew how it went. I knew that someone had to contact the concierge first, remember? So the concierge was contacted first, like I said, and then that concierge referred them to the doctor. So, oh my gosh, am I a psychic? So far, it's kind of like piecing together how I thought it would, but I wouldn't think that Daejhanae would be the one that texts the concierge. I would not have guessed that she could. Now, I would not put her as the one that texts, but I definitely knew that they text the concierge first. And I told you the concierge usually replies within minutes. And then the concierge referred to the doctor, right? And then the doctor would come out. And then from there, the doctor would think, since it was already mentioned, the concierge says Daejhanae texted and said alcohol poisoning. So I knew it that she texted alcohol poisoning because the concierge, like I said before, is like a referral service. So whatever you text the concierge, they will give you that whatever, like if it's food you want or a chef or whatever else, the concierge will give you that or send that out to you. So if you say alcohol poisoning, then they're going to send you a doctor out with the IV, and then of course, that doctor will then determine if they need to go to the hospital. So she said alcohol poisoning. And then like the chilling part was that he said that when he hugged her, it felt like she was like indifferent to it, like kind of cold or whatever. That was chilling. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up that article again, just in case anybody wants to go over it. We can go over it again in detail. If anybody have any questions, I have it as a point of reference, right? So let me go ahead and go to the comments, and I have the article here. If anyone wants to go over it, and then I also have the link if anybody wants to discuss this by just joining the panel. So here's the link, and I'll probably spend like another maybe 20 minutes looking at some comments and going over this. But yeah, I definitely will be. If I don't spend more time on it today, I definitely will. I think that more information will be coming out, rolling out. Yeah. Hey, April Showers, Brain May Flowers. Hey, Kelly, Kimberly. Hey, everybody. So yeah, some information is finally coming out. Like justice has not been served yet, but isn't it great that we are getting some information? Like, oh, Sue Ann. I wish I never because girl, I wish you would actually send me that file over here. Hey, Licorice. Wait. Yeah, hey, Licorice. Hi, Jay. Are you coming out of the bushes? Welcome. So I need to update my title, child, because there's more information in these here documents. Yeah. Okay, make sure I hit the like button to get this video into the algorithm. Hit that like button. Hey, Kiva, come get this commentary. Make sure y'all follow my girl. Come get this commentary. She has 2 channels. Come get this commentary and come get this commentary too. So make sure you check out her channel. Hey, Billy Mackey. Hey. So I see a lot of people out here today. Hey, Rose. Not the one today. Hey, girl. Hey, I'm glad you made a live. Shout out to you. Hey, Lemon, Stephanie. Yes, make sure y'all hit that like button now. I swear I have the best mods. Y'all spoil me. Like, I love y'all. Yeah, so make sure y'all sign in the petition, like change.org/Shanquella, change.org/Shanquella. I don't like how y'all treated Shanquella. I don't. Yeah. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome. Hi, everybody. Okay, Deshaun. So I'm gonna say some hellos, but I'm also gonna skip down in the comments to some thoughts and the questions. Hi, Lenise. So a lot of people have popped out of the bushes or joined us today. I love new faces. Hey. Jacqueline Rowe. Let's see who is here. Yeah, so a lot of people have called the live tonight, I see. So yeah, this answers a lot of people's questions. It definitely gives us this is going to lead to a lot of discussion, and a lot of answers have been, I'm sure they have more. They said 18 pages, and this is not 18 pages. So yes, there's more stuff coming out. Oh yeah, I forgot. The autopsy is a lot of pages, usually a lot of pages. So I'm sure a great bulk of that is the autopsy report. So based on that, it looks like she didn't have enough alcohol. Like, you can drink alcohol the night before, but a lot is not really gonna be on your system if you didn't drink a lot in your system. It's not a lot in there, right? So alcohol poisoning is definitely not gonna be it if there was not even a high detectable amount of alcohol in her system at that point of the autopsy. By then, anything she had pretty much had left her system. I would have to actually look up the information on like how long does it take alcohol to be like out of your system, like detectable or whatever. I need to look up that information before I spread this information. But yeah, so there's a lot of things to look into. But basically, it definitely was not the cause of her death. It's actually it was listed as violent, a broken neck. So it's not accidental or anything else. It's listed as violent, a broken neck, and there's an extradition warrant for Daejhanae Manhan Jackson. Yes, Hunter. Yes, get her, get her, get her, get her. Lock her up. Put those man hands in handcuffs. Yeah, so make sure you hit the like button. Hey Kelly. Yeah, I am tired, so I'm gonna try to hang in for at least 20 minutes, but I am tired. Okay. Hey Miss Martinez, I'm not surprised that US is not doing their part. I think that both need to be doing their part, and I'm glad that this information is out here for us, but technically, to be honest, usually in an ongoing investigation, things are not released of this nature. So it's kind of a little bit, I'm happy that's released because I'm nosy and I'm very nosy and interested in this case. At the same time, it's kind of like evidence has been released, like some statements have been released. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like an ongoing investigation. Things are supposed to be like tight-lipped, and then now we have some information. So it's kind of good for us, but yeah, so I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? I'm not going to complain. Obviously, I'm not going to complain because this is like, for us on YouTube, this is great, like to have this information, right? But I guess Sue Ann wanted this information out because she wanted everyone to know this was a violent attack on Shanquella. She wanted the extradition of Daejhanae. So I'm sure this is a calculated move by Sue Ann. Just enough information to release to get things on, like to get this more attention and more awareness, get more people talking, because everybody's gonna be talking about this. So to me, it's actually a great move as far as getting more people to talk about it. I'm sure she probably only released things that she thought would not jeopardize the investigation or mess up anything. So yeah, I'm okay with it, right? I mean, it's not really my decision or choice anyway. I'm just saying, like, I can actually see why someone would want this out to get the ball rolling on people and to get like everyone talking about Shanquella and to let everybody know like what's in her autopsy. It was a violent attack, a brutal attack. That Daejhanae was cold, indifferent. She said it was alcohol poisoning, so arrest her. So I can see why this was released, to hammer the nail, like hammer it in that Daejhanae needs to be extradited. She was cold, she lied, she was manipulated the concierge. There's a lot of words that were used to describe Daejhanae, and like, oh my gosh, she needs to be extradited. So now I see why. Now I'm thinking it over. This is why it was released, to drill it in everybody's head that Daejhanae is a monster and she needs to be extradited. The concierge even described her as somebody cold and indifferent and manipulated him to get out of the country. Yeah, that's why it was released. I see now. I see it. Good. Awesome thinking, Sue Ann Robinson. Awesome thinking. Definitely. And also, everyone will be talking about it. And then to send it to different media outlets that were happy to report on it. So, yes, great job, Sue Ann, on that. Great job. I see what you're doing, girl. And I definitely see. Okay, so hey, Panther Queen, Marie. What did I do? Why is that Danny stop? What did I do? Oh, I was doing the voice impersonations. Oh, okay. Ciao. Hey, La Jessica. That's how she sounds. Y'all so crazy. So I'm behind the chat, but I'm gonna skip down. I know I'm gonna go way back. Okay. I'm gonna skip down. I just like to say hey to y'all people because y'all have been showing me so much love and support. I definitely want to say hey to y'all and speak. Okay, so I think hey MMAC. So MMAC, I know you're gonna be talking about this. Because this is like a lot of information, right? Yeah. Let's see, who did I miss? If I missed you, I apologize. I'm just scrolling down through here. He definitely will be a good witness. Hey Pam. Hey. Okay, I'm about to skip down to the bottom now so I can catch up with the chat. Hey, Miss, it's finally time. Story time, Cheryl Williams. Hello. Welcome. Oh, a lot of people have jumped out of the bushes. Hey, Johnny. Mrs. Carter. Oh, I like the name, Mrs. Carter. Is there another broadcast? Yes, she is. Yes, it's very good news. It's very good news. Yes. Yeah, I actually feel like this is actually some information coming out, and a lot of times we have been thinking about the case and what happened, and this is some information, right? And I think that more information will come out as well, but this is a lot as well too. Yeah. Yeah, justice for Shanquella. We definitely need to keep hashtagging justice for Shanquella on all platforms. Yeah, man hands is going down. You are going down, man hands. Definitely going down. And then, of course, think about it. Of course, she would be the one to text the concierge because she would want to control the conversation and the narrative, right? The one that's like, oh, I just brutally attacked Shanquella. I'm going to make sure that what's told to the concierge is what I want to be told and what I want to be said, right? I don't know, y'all, because it keep on going how it's going. I might have to be a criminal profiler. That was actually my second choice of what I want to be as a criminal profiler. But wow, shoot, I might actually be going down this timeline because I was like, I actually said, I was like, yeah, it's going down a timeline of events. Besides, maybe the timing in the morning, a little earlier than I expected. Oh yeah, I actually want to see the autopsy, the official autopsy, the complete autopsy, not just a death certificate that's been floating around. But yeah, I figured that one of them, the Cabo 6, Cabo 5, because Nazir wasn't there at the time, that they reached out to the concierge, and then from there, the concierge referred them to the doctor. So far, it's going towards the path that I said that happened on that part. Yeah, thank God. But now I don't know which one it was, but we have talked to all of them, but we don't know which one. To be honest, at one time, Ivan was the nicest, and at first I was actually thinking that Ivan was it, and that's why he was extra nice. But he said, I don't know who it was, right? It could be one of the ones that was cold and just like, oh, I don't want you or whatever. So we don't know, but eventually we will find out which one, and I'll be like, oh, I ain't gonna say I knew which one. I'm just curious to know which one it was. So I spoke to all of them, and none of them admitted to being the concierge, but one has to be. Victoria, hey. Fly My Angel says Daejhanae is hiding out in Connecticut. She is garbage. She is of Jamaican descent. Yeah, I can't put that all on Jamaicans now. And could try and go back. Her and another couple of 6 families are friends from Jamaica. Yeah, that's Malik Dyer, and he definitely has events of reggae themed events. So yeah, that's Malik Dyer, and he's from out of Connecticut too. His family is. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. Okay, so Jacqueline says, if they called the concierge for a ride around 9 p.m. to go to dinner, but instead went to an airport hotel, they didn't even stick around until her body was transported around 1:50 a.m. They care a lot, huh? Woo, child. Yeah. The concierge feels that they really try to get out of there. And what do they mean by laughter? We actually have to go over this again. What do you mean by laughter? He heard laughter. Hollywood Next is reading from the witness statement document. Okay, so maybe there's other documents that has been released. Okay, I can search online to see if there's any more things that's been released. Yeah, Ivan says that I can't talk but still talks. Yeah, he does. So let me look for some information. It'd be great if somebody came on the panel while I searched up for more information. Witness is a 41-year-old male. They redacted his name. Yeah, I'm sure that they will probably post these documents, and who knows, Sue-Ann Robinson might have posted it somewhere too. Let me look at her page. Let me look at her page. Hold on. She also has a Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, but what you call it, a YouTube channel. She could have actually reached out, like I was planning on doing, like reach out to Sue Ann to get the documents, and she's handing them out to everybody, right? One second. Did I see someone with shout out to Arissa. Hey, Arissa. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. 1999 super sticker. Shout out to you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Yes, Hunter. Yes. And I did see I think Rabbit. Oh, thank you, Rabbit, for supporting my channel. Thank you as well for your super sticker. So shout out to Rabbit and Arissa for supporting my channel. Yes, Hunty, I appreciate it. So everybody else can support my channel for free just by hitting the like button. So make sure you hit the like button. That's how you can support the channel for free. So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, I was assuming that the skinny one actually is Elise. Hey, Lynette says, I've been watching your page and you did a great job staying on top of this. Yeah, we still have a ways to go. We definitely still need to be applying pressure and still emailing and calling. And that's what Sue Ann is calling for everybody to do, is pretty much stay on top of this. Keep fighting for justice for Shanquella, and also to try to get Biden and top officials to answer and respond, including the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the U.S. to do their part in this as well. So we definitely still have to be on top of this. And like I said, on the petition, I do have all the email addresses for a lot of people we need to contact. But yeah, I do also need to add some other names as well. Yeah, so we definitely all have been contributing as YouTubers and viewers and subscribers. Everybody has played a part in keeping her name alive, and that's why it happened in October, but we're still here now. With her name is still alive and active in social media and everywhere. Hey Scott. Hey Shell. Okay, I'll drop the link. Wait 1 second. Thank you, April, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. April, 9.99 super sticker. Yes, Hunter. Yes, I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Okay, y'all show me love tonight. Don't spoil me now, y'all. All right, and like I said, everybody else just hit the like button. 1 second. Wow. Okay. On. Okay, let me check her other page and see if she has something on there. Oh, she has let's see. She says, we will go wherever we have to go and demand everything we have to demand from whomever. Every day, Shanquella Robinson's life matters. Okay, let me show y'all this. Oh, this is okay. Let me show y'all this post. Wait, let me go to the Twitter. Okay, I guess we can just be nosy and find some other stuff today, right? Hold on. Wait. Okay, let's watch this short clip really fast. This is like a video of her like at different places, like showing her trip there. So definitely Suanna will have a lot of stuff she will be putting out. Hold on.
Going to those places, going to the police station, going to the attorney general's office, going to the Mexican Red Cross, going to the office of the doctor that attended to her, going to the actual villa and the places where she walked, where she spent her last moments, trying to find answers for this family was absolutely unreal. Nobody should have to do that for something that is equal and fair. Going to those places, going to the police station, going to the attorney general's office, going to the Mexican Red Cross, going to the office of the doctor that attended to her, going to the actual villa and the places where she walked, where she spent her last moments, trying to find answers for this family was absolutely unreal. Nobody should have to do that for something that is equal and fair.
Yes. So yes, I like that. Isn't that cool? Like how she went to those places, right? So yeah, she has actually picked up the pace on this. Definitely has, right? She definitely has. So basically I went live when I went live, I only had those 2 articles. So I will have to actually find the information. Okay. I will have to find the information that y'all are talking about, and then I'll be able to go over it. Okay. I have read the 2 articles mentioning everything the concierge talked about. That was summarized by the Charlotte Observer. But let me see if I can find any other information as well. Hold on. But pretty much, I usually go live with what I already have, and then if I have to look up something, I don't look at. Sometimes I look at it live or not. Let me see. Okay, what is this right here? Let's see. Basically, I don't know if they requested that or did they get it offline. It's possible that they requested it from Sue-Ann herself or a news outlet posted it. Wait 1 second. I see something here. What is this? Okay, I do see a letter. I see the letter, the full letter to Biden. Wait 1 second. Okay, so I do have the full letter to Biden, so I'm definitely going to download this one. Okay, so if y'all want me to read that one, I can definitely read this one. It's basically the letter, the full letter to Biden. Now, let me see if I can find the other document you said, the witness statement one. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so this right here is a full letter to Biden that was sent to President Biden from Sue-Ann Robinson and Attorney Crump. So it's right here. So Benjamin Crump to says the Honorable Joseph R. Biden, Anthony Blinken. And it says regarding the death of American citizen Shanquella Robinson in Mexico. So this is the full letter. On behalf of the family of Shanquella Robinson, we write to request immediate diplomatic intervention from the United States government in this transnational criminal case. The case involves the death of Shanquella Robinson, a 25-year-old ambitious, bright entrepreneur and American citizen. Shanquella traveled to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico on October 28, 2022, and was reported dead in a luxury villa in Cabo on October 29, 2022. her 6 travel maids returned to the United States the next day. 3 other 6 travel maids, redacted, would transport Shanquella's luggage from Mexico to her mother's home in Charlotte, North Carolina. They would give their condolences and inform Mrs. Robinson that Shanquella passed away from alcohol poisoning. On November 16, 2022, one of the travel maids shared video from a cell phone camera around the campus of Winston-Salem University, the college that Shanquella Robinson attended. The video shows Shanquella beaten in the villa while naked by one of the 6 travel maids, who was identified by a witness, as we already know, as Daejhanae Jackson. An autopsy report prepared on October 30th, 2022 in Mexico by medical examiner Dr. Renee Alberto Gavin Osagura noted that Shanquella's body had a head injury and concluded that Shanquella's cause of death was a broken neck. After the video of the beating of Shanquella Robinson surfaced online, the Attorney General's office in Baja California Sur initiated a criminal investigation. As a result of the investigation, a warrant was issued for Daejhanae Jackson by Mexican law enforcement. One of the 6 travel maids who fled to the United States after Shanquella was pronounced dead was identified as the perpetrator of femicide against Shanquella Robinson, a homicide based on gender. If a United States citizen commits homicide in Mexico and returns back to the United States, as you are aware, they can face criminal charges in the United States under federal law or state law, depending on the circumstances of the crime. Federal charges are brought in cases where the crime involves interstate commerce or federal law enforcement agencies. We know in a transnational case where evidence was possibly transported and persons of interest communicated with each other via cell phone, federal charges could be brought against those responsible for Shanquella's death. Under federal law, the most likely charge that could be brought against someone primarily responsible would be a violation of 18 U.S.C. Statute 1112, which covers manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter if the individuals meet the requirements of murder under federal law. They could also be charged with a violation of 18 U.S.C. 1111. 1111 federal charges that could be brought against co-conspirators to a homicide include conspiracy to commit murder, aiding and abetting, accessory after the fact, and obstruction of justice. As you are also, of course, aware, transnational criminal cases can be complex and challenging to resolve, especially when they involve individuals and entities in different countries. We understand each country has sovereignty over its own citizens and that each country has its own legal systems, which can create issues. We also understand there is a protocol for the resolution of transnational crimes. Despite reaching out to consular authorities who are tasked with being the family's guide and liaison in cases such as this, we have encountered numerous obstacles in our efforts to receive information for the family on whether those responsible will ever be brought to justice. So basically a problem with obtaining information or on when people will be brought to justice, namely Daejhanae Jackson, right? While on a fact-finding mission on behalf of the family, attorney Sue-Ann Robinson was advised by a member of the United States Consular Corps in Mexico that if the family was seeking information about the case, perhaps the family should reach out to the at-large travel maids. Certainly, this is unacceptable This is an unacceptable response to share with an American family in regards to their daughter's murder. Now, I always thought that was weird to say, oh, if you need information, why don't you reach out to the travel mates? Like, who says that? Like, they will actually give up information, right? To Shanquella's lawyer. Okay. Maybe in court, they will have to answer questions, but not here, right? Given the nature and scope of this case, we believe that diplomatic intervention from the U.S. government could help facilitate the necessary cooperation and coordination between the involved parties to ensure that justice is served timely, that the accused are tried under the appropriate legal system, that extradition is possible, and that international cooperation is fostered. The United States can follow the extradition protocol and turn over the individual or individuals responsible for Shanquella's death to Mexican authorities. Alternatively, U.S. federal law enforcement agencies can request concurrent jurisdiction, which I was saying before, like extraterritorial jurisdiction, with Mexican law enforcement agencies, which would permit U.S. prosecutors to bring the case in the United States as the involved parties are U.S. citizens. We have just witnessed what a swift concurrent response from Mexican and U.S. law enforcement agencies looks like in the kidnapping case of a group of U.S. citizens at Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Child, I know I butchered it. But basically, this was discussed in the Charlotte Observer as well, that they saw how quickly and swiftly the U.S. moved when the Americans were kidnapped in Mexico, and they would like for the United States to move just as quickly and swiftly in the case of Shanquella Robinson, in other words. Okay, it says both scenarios we are requesting on behalf of Shanquella Robinson's family require a high level. So either way, whether you want to extradite her or you want to invoke extraterritorial jurisdiction or concurrent jurisdiction, as Sue Robinson calls it, they just want Shanquella's family to have a high level of swift, quick diplomatic intervention. And we all want swift justice. I mean, that Bruce Redman case took forever, and we definitely don't want to wait that long. Definitely not. A lot of advancements to technology and research and other advancements have occurred since 2010. So in 2023, we should definitely have swifter justice, right? It says, my clients recognize that the U.S. government has many priorities and responsibilities, but believe that intervening in this case will not only serve the interests of justice, but also send a clear message that transnational criminal activities will not be tolerated. Thank you for your attention to this matter, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely, Benjamin L. Crump, Esquire, and signed by him, as well as Sue Ann Robinson, Esquire. No relationship to Shanquella Robinson's family, but at this point, the way she's going hard for the family as their lawyer, we all know in the community, some people become a sister to the family, or like, oh, you're like family to me, right? And I'm sure that she's getting a close bond with this family to get that kind of relationship, right? I'm sure after all of this, it will be like she's welcome to the house, just like family. Okay, so that's the letter. So now y'all want me to try to find some other documents as well, and y'all have kept me here longer than I expected to be here. But hey, I love y'all. So let's see if we can find something else. So this was a letter to President Biden, the full letter, y'all. Let me drink a sip of my Gatorade for a second. Oh, I did see someone send us super stickers. So I definitely want to thank you for supporting my channel. Let me find out who sent it. Who sent a super sticker? Okay, Genuine Woman, girl, you're always supporting my channel, and I appreciate it, girl. So shout out to Genuine Woman for the $5 super sticker. Thanks so much. Yes, and to yes, and everybody else, again, support the channel by just hitting the like button. Hit that like button. Okay, so there's another super sticker. Shout out to Shannon Ricketts for the $10 super sticker. Shout out to you, and thank you also for supporting the channel. Yes, Hunter, yes, y'all are spoiling me. What's today? Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday, and y'all are spoiling me on a Tuesday. So yeah, shout out to Shannon Ricketts. And I already said thank you to April. And okay, so let's see if I can find anything else that came out today or since yesterday. Let's see. Great singing voice, child. I cannot sing. Oof. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so you found the 18 pages. Okay, can you send it to me? Because right now, y'all just gonna put me to work. Send it to me because I have to search for it. Now I found this. Now let me see what's not this, right? The same news article might actually be posting all the data. Tanise, make sure I say it. Tansis, can you send me the link to Dani Robinson YT? I'm gonna try to find it myself. I'm sure that, to be honest, I'm sure the same people that actually posted this letter to the White House also posted other information. It's WSOC, they posted it. So I'm sure they probably posted the other one too. Oh, wait, let me see something. Hold on. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably this news agency probably posted it. I just got to find out where they put this one. Okay, wait 1 second. Okay, so let's go here. No, I didn't say close it out.
In the investigation of a Charlotte woman's death in Mexico, we now have the letter that attorneys for Shanquella Robinson's family sent to President Joe Biden.
In this, a resort worker allegedly outlines the moments before and after Shanquella's death. Channel 9's Erica Jackson spent the day going through those documents, and she's here to walk us through what this woman said. Erica?
Yeah, Scott, the attorneys representing Shanquella.
Attorneys for Shanquella Robinson's family sent to President Joe Biden.
In this, a resort worker allegedly outlines the moments before and after Shanquella's death. Channel 9's Erica Jackson spent the day going through those documents, and she's here to walk us through what this woman said. Erica?
Yeah, Scott, the attorneys representing Shanquella Robinson's family provided us with translated interviews conducted by Mexican investigators. The interviews detail the moments that stuck with resort workers from before and after Robinson's death. One employee admitted he felt manipulated by one of Robinson's friends to get out of Mexico after Shanquella died. It's been nearly 5 months since the mysterious death of Shanquella Robinson in Mexico. And today, employees of a luxury villa resort in Cabo, Mexico, spell out what they remember about Shanquella and her 6 travel mates. The concierge told the Baja California State Attorney General's office he remembers meeting Robinson at a dinner party the night before she died. He recalls she seemed not to fit in. She didn't smile and seemed out of place at the party. The concierge remembers receiving a text the next day from Shanquella's travel mate requesting medical help just before 2 p.m. on October 29th. The text read, "I think my friend has alcohol poisoning and needs emergency service." He says he went to the room after getting a text that Shanquella leaving the villa. The concierge told investigators later that night he got a text from one of Shanquella's travel mates asking for transportation to dinner. The driver later admitted he left the guests at an airport hotel. A maid discovered their villa vacant the next day. The concierge revealed he saw a video of Shanquella being attacked days after their departure. He told the Attorney General's office, "The main guest had manipulated me with the information she provided of what happened to leave the country as soon as possible."
Every single day that the people involved or the persons of interest are out free, they're able to wordle away evidence.
Sue Ann Robinson with Frontline Law represents Shanquella's family. She and her firm's partner sent this letter to President Joe Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken Monday. They want the people responsible for Shanquella's death to be extradited to Mexico, or they want the feds to request concurrent jurisdiction so U.S. prosecutors can bring the case here.
This is a case where justice delayed is absolutely justice denied.
Yeah, and you may remember a Mexican prosecutor issued an arrest warrant for one of Shanquella's friends in November. This document names that suspect, but we aren't naming them since we haven't gotten a copy of that arrest warrant ourselves. But we did get notes of Shanquella's autopsy from her family's attorneys. It states the type or manner of her death was violent. Scott?
Erica, thank you for that new information.
Defendant knew it. The text message, the basically words from beyond the grave that came from Johannes.
Before 19 p.m., she identifies that the man who was knocking on the
Yeah, just message me on IG, and you can just tell me where you got the information from, or send me the link on IG, and then I can download it. Or if it's just the documents, you can just tell me where you got it from, and I'll be able to download it. Or you can just I'll give you my email address once you message me, okay? I don't put my email address out, but I have an email address for certain things if it's attachments. So yeah, so message me first on IG, and then we'll go from there. I'm still also looking for it. Let me go ahead and give shout outs to this as well. Hold on. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Amanda for the Cash App. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting my channel. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so very much. Let me go ahead and reply to it. So yeah, shout out to her for the Cash App, and also shout out to Open Armed HSC. Yeah. So yeah, Open Armed HSC Edu. So I guess education. Thank you so much for the Cash App as well. I definitely appreciate it. Y'all are spoiling me now. Don't be spoiling me, y'all. Now I like to be spoiled, but hey, all right. So yeah, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it. And everybody else, remember, just support the channel by just hitting the like button. So I'm trying to get these other documents as well. I'm looking for the documents or any other information. It looks like a lot of information has been put out. So I definitely want to probably come back tomorrow, definitely, that we can have like open panel and open up the phone lines. I have a phone line as well. Open up the panel and the chat, and we can all discuss all the information that has been posted the last couple of days. And I'm sure more information will be posted as well. We will see. Okay, you said it's on your phone, right? But just tell me where you got it from, like what news source or what where did you get it from? I'm sure it's probably you probably got it from this same one I got from this, right? Is it let's see. I think it's SOT that I got this other letter from. So now I have to search their system to see if they have any other PDFs as well. Hold on. Let's see. Let me check this. Oh, I thought that was it, but it's not. Ugh, let me try something else. Okay, you're saying WSBBT. So Melanie says WSBBT. Let me check that. Did I actually read the article from there already? Okay, I'm not seeing it for WSBBT. Okay, let me check my IG messages. Hold on. Okay, yeah, no. Now the letter for Biden could be possibly. It's not further down that letter. No, I'm sure that that news outlet, they probably separated, and I'm sure that there's more to this, but I have to just find it. Like I said, I will have to find it. Hold on. Okay, so Tansis has sent it to me, so let me go ahead and click on it. Just a second. All right, thank you, girl. Ciao. Let me go back here. I said 20 minutes. It's been 2 hours later, child. But I definitely want to read this before I go. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm getting that now. Beautiful. Just a second. Yeah, I have it. I have to log in. Hold on. I have it, y'all. Just give me 1 second, okay? 1 second. Yes, and yes, you have saved the day. Wait 1 second. Yeah, so basically it looks like they had separated the articles. Okay, so I have it now. So let me pull it up. I mean, I have it. Let me share it, shall I say? Yeah, what happened earlier was that when I could not log into that Charlotte Observer with my account, I erased all my cookies and cache, and then now I forgot my freaking IG password. So now I'm gonna have to I emailed it to myself, so now I have it though. So don't worry, no fears, no worries, I have it. But I hate when I have to erase cookies and then I have to do all the passwords again. Okay, so hold on. I actually should download this to make it easier. But this will suffice. This will suffice. Okay, so here's a document we have. I have already read the letter to President Biden, so I'm definitely not going to read that again. So that's what's here. Okay. So shout out to Tanzis for sending me the information. Okay. So that's page 2, and page 3 is still finishing up the letter to Biden. And then page 4 is going into, I guess, the list, the guest registrar list for Bill of Lading 32 that everyone had to sign, or their names have to be at least listed. We've already discussed the guest list, so we can skip over that part. Okay, and it says Baja California Sur State Attorney General's Office is given like the case number information. Information about the interviewer, Santiago Miguel Gonzalez. Just a place of interview, says San Jose del Cabo Criminal Justice Center, BCS. Information about the interview party. Some information is redacted, but then it says age 39, a male, place of birth, Guadalajara, professional trade manager, university. Okay. Oh my gosh, I know this. I know this name right here. It says alias Gio. Giovanni. Giovanni is a concierge. They put his alias, right? But it says alias is, I know who that is. That's Giovanni. Remember when I read the reviews and I said Giovanni is like the manager? He's like the guest services manager. Number one, I already knew it because they put manager, professional trade manager. There's only one concierge manager for Villa Linda Cabo Villas. It's Giovanni. I have his picture in my video. What video is it? See, that's why I switched computers. But I have a video that's live as well. But yeah, it's in there. So I definitely will go revisit this because I know the Giovanni. He's only, if you look at my Cabo Villas video, he's the only guest service manager for CaboVillas.com. And his name, his alias is Gio. But why would you put Gio? Because everybody knows that's just a short version of his name. You know how like everybody like sometimes shortens names. So that's giving away his name. Child, y'all, why y'all did that? But anyway, thank you for the information. Child. Okay, it says, I am the administrator of the Villa Casa Linda 32 Colonial La Playa Residencia Puerto Los Cabos. Look, I know I took Spanish in college and everything, but yeah, Fundadores Beach Club called Padre Quino Esquina, Padre Gillian in San Jose del Cabo, child. Okay, so Baja California, sir, where I have worked for more than a year and a half. Once I observed on my cell phone the video circulating in social networks where two of the guests who had registered in the villa appear, where one of them dressed in pajamas with shorts and blouse, possible colors, pink, white, or black, and a light colored cap, appears hitting another female person who was naked. The one who was hitting the other is the person named Daejhanae Manhan Jackson, whom I identify because I served as a translator on the day of the events when the authorities were in the village conducting the proceedings. Let me make it a little bigger just in case other people want to actually see it better. Hold on. I don't know if I can or not. Okay. In the video, it can be seen that the headboard is illuminated by the sun's rays, and due to the location of the sun's rays, I can deduce that it is between 7 and 8:30 a.m. since the bedrooms 1 and 3 are waterfront, and it is easy to deduce the morning schedule since the sun rises on the seaside, illuminating those rooms. That is the room number 3 because that is the only one that has a hammock outside of it, and the hammock can be seen in the video. Also, after 10 a.m., the sun's rays begin to reflect towards the floor of the bottom. Since there are some pergolas, I might be butchering that, on the outside of the room, I can also say that in that villa, both at sunrise and sunset are very annoying. For that reason, the owner decided to place wood on the windows to prevent the sun rays from entering. I know this because I am the administrator of the villa, and on many occasions I have been in the rooms at that time of the morning. Finally, I wish to say that the villa was reserved from October 28th through October 31st, 2022. That is all I wish to state. Now, I talked to Gio, remember? And I said, well, you're the concierge for the villa, but he's basically saying he's just the administrator, right? So Gio is one of the first people I call, and I have spoken to him twice on calls. So I don't know why they put alias because that's giving away his real name. Like if your name was Tyrone and somebody said alias Ty, and then everybody knows that you're the only one on there that with that title or with that name. And secondly, if you're the only one that's the manager of Cabo Villas and they put your title as manager, they give you up. So Gio, you are busted. And I know you watch me, Gio. I know you're watching. I know y'all all watching, especially you. I mean, all y'all are watching me, ain't? So yeah, Gio, they have already put you out here. Ooh. Now you do. Now let's get it right. Now Gio actually has great reviews of Cabo Villas. So it's like, yeah. So I'm not saying like to blast him like that. I'm just saying like I'm just saying now that his statement is out here, he kind of be free to talk now, I guess. Child, you can get more information now. You're already been blasted now. Okay, it says, oh my gosh, this person right here. It says information about the interviewer, Suni Popoko Milan. Assignment, specialized unit for the investigation of miscellaneous crimes in its jurisdiction. Place of interview, Criminal Justice Center located at KJ, I forgot what the 2 L's pronounced as. I think KJ. I think it's 2 L's in Spanish pronounced as J. Kali. I forgot. Okay. Paule de Arco y Paulo Escopido. Colonel Vivian Los Veredas. San Jose del Cabo, BCS, child. I need to take another refresher course in Spanish, right? Child, no, once I pass it, I pass it. The end. Okay, so information about the interview party. Okay, let's see here. So I redacted, and this person right here is 41. So I guess Gio is he was just speaking as the administrator and as a translator, and then they have somebody else next right here. Says age 41, place of birth, Guadalajara. To be honest, guess what? Oh, guess what, y'all? On the website for Cabo Villas, when they list all the concierge, they give a brief bio. They give a brief bio to all their locations. And then it says right here, native of Jalisco. I mean, Jalisco, because it says J, so Jalisco. Ooh, so I'm gonna be nosy and look on there and see who's from Jalisco. And place of birth, Guadalajara. I'm gonna, and has a bachelor's degree. I'm gonna, I probably will be able to know which one it is. Oh, I can't wait. I can look and see which one it is, unless there's gonna be more than one that has the same those two locations. Child, I'm tired tonight, but child, I'm gonna be wide awake tomorrow. Ooh. Okay, so let me get started. Okay, let me finish this. Okay, I said, this is my statement given to investigation agent Suni Popoko Milan in reference to the facts that are being investigated today after informing me the reason for my presence and the interview. I have been employed by, obviously, CaboVillas.com or Cabo Villas in the United States where I work. Okay, so it's two different names here, so they redacted one. Our Cabo Villas in the United States where I work as concierge in attention and customer service. I provide service assistance with doubts, any service that is needed for approximately 3.5 years. On October 28th, 2022, I have been informed of the arrival of some guests to the villa Casa Linda 32, which is located in Padre Quino, Puerto Fundadores, Puerto Los Cabos, San Jose del Cabo, and Calle Padre Gillian. The day before, I was sent the work schedule of the villas that we are to take care of as concierges. So I knew that the guests of the Casa Linda Villa would arrive around 3 p.m. on October 28th, 2022. And 3 p.m. is usually a lot of times a check-in time for a lot of places. Yeah. The main client was Daejhanae Jackson. So yeah, actually saying the main client was Daejhanae Jackson. Most people was thinking it was Shanquella, right? With phone number, and this has already been blasted. Wait, we actually need to check and see if this is the same number that was actually on is this the same number she had on? It looks like it. On the guest list. I don't feel like scrolling up right now, but that's something we can check. Who contacted me around noon by text message? Either way, has been disconnected. Around noon by text message to report that her flight had been delayed due to the weather and that she would be telling me her new arrival time, confirming that it would be at 17:19 p.m. Then she asked me after arriving and taking the transportation, she could stop to do some shopping, to which I respond that there is no problem. Then she told me that she would be letting me know the time they were going to arrive. She texted me when they left the shopping center. She arrived at the Casa Linda Villa around 20 hours. I had arrived at the villa about 15 minutes before, and upon entering, I see a person of slim build, African-American, about 1.75 millimeters tall, about, I don't think it'd be millimeters, of 1.75 meters tall, about 25 to 30 years old, to whom I introduced myself since he asked me who I was. Wait 1 second. Okay, so it didn't give a sex of the person. It just said, I see a person. It says, I see a person of slim build, African-American, about 1.75 meters tall, about 25 to 30 years old, to whom I introduced myself since he asked me who I was. I told him that I am his concierge and that I will be supporting his vacation and everything he needs. Also at the villa were chef and waiter, who are employees of the company, and co-workers. So yeah, so there were more people at the villa. See, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. So yeah, there were more people at the villa. Like I said, there was a chef and then the people he brings with him, right? Moments before, when I saw the guests, I was surprised since I was not aware that there were guests already at the villa, to which the chef told me, that two people, a couple, had arrived at the villa a few hours before. However, I only saw the male guests described above. I prepared my registration sheets, the information I had to provide to the guests, guacamole, tortilla chips, margaritas, and I waited for the main client, who arrived almost immediately in Cabos transport. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm a psychic. I'm going to be like a criminal profiler or a psychic or something, y'all, because they just like, yeah. So, they got off with their groceries, bottles of alcohol, and tequila to put down their suitcases. Started taking pictures of the villa. They looked excited. In total, 5 people arrived, 3 women, 2 of them African American, and 1 between African American and mixed Latino. Yeah, so that's how he describes Winter, right? Of them, the main one named Daejhanae Jackson, who was of sturdy build. Oh, child, why you call her sturdy? Ooh, that's another way to say she's big boned, okay? Tall, dark skinned with a thick voice. Oh my God. Woo! If I'm glad people don't describe me in that way, child. She was accompanied by 2 male guests of African American descent, both of slim build. One of them had dreadlocks. I introduced myself to the main guest, Miss Jackson, as her concierge, and welcomed her. I asked her if she would like to see the villa and show her to her rooms, along with some of her guests or friends to decide who would stay in the rooms. We returned to the dining room to sign the documents, which consists of guest registration, insurance included in the villa, and residential complex rules, and provide a copy of each one of them, registering the following: Khalil Cook, Malik Dyer, Winter Donovan, Shanquella Robinson, Elise Hyatt, Daejhanae Jackson, Nazir Wiggins. This basically wouldn't be able to hardly recognize the signature. Investigation agent Suni Giselle Popoko Milan, and this to be honest, that's the only person I didn't find was Suni Popoko. Yeah, that person made sure that their internet presence was hard to find. Woo! That's the only person I really couldn't find on that police report, unofficial police report. The main guest stayed in the master bedroom, which is located at the end of the living room. There are 2 rooms, and at the end of the kitchen is a TV or entertainment room. Then an access with an open area which connects to 3 more rooms. The first room on the left is waterfront, and the other room on the right is also waterfront. And the third room, which is a double, not waterfront, being this at the end of the garage. And that's the person that was interviewed, signature on the left side. And then the investigator, our interviewer, Suni Popoko, is on the right-hand side. And we're at page 10 now of 18. I went to the room of the main client, Mrs. Jackson, to mention to her that dinner was ready since 20 hours and that if it needed to be extended, they will be charged an extra hour, which she did not agree to, and sent everyone to dinner. Since everyone was settling in her room, minutes later, they all sit at the table and begin to drink a lot. That is when I meet Miss Shanquella. That's when I meet Miss Shanquella, who was the last one to approach the table to celebrate. Noticing in her a strange, illegible, I guess they couldn't like interpret it or something, attitude. She seemed to not fit in with the others. When I introduced myself, she did not greet me or smile. She was indifferent, nothing to do with the atmosphere of celebration. She was out of place at that party. I made sure that they were seated, having dinner, sharing and celebrating, and that they had the information for the internet, the audio, the operation of the house. Once everything was ready, I left. All the clients, the chef, and redact the information with phone number and waiter with phone number, and then redacted stayed into place. So after that, basically they left, okay? The concierge person said they left at that point. The next day at 13:50 or 13:52 hours, I received a text message from the main guest, Miss Jackson, asking me if I am available and which was the nearest medical service. I greeted her and asked her how I could support her and if she was looking for a hospital. She answered yes. I think, Daejhanae now. I think my friend has alcohol poisoning and needs emergency service and someone to speak or translate Spanish for her. I mean, someone to speak or translate in Spanish for us. I offered to send her a doctor so he could determine if it was necessary to go to the hospital, and I told her that doctors speak English. She answers, yes, please. I tell her that it costs $100 for the visit plus the medicine. I ask her if she agrees, and she answers, yes, as soon as possible. I tell her that I will make the call to request the service, to which she answers, yes, please. Around 2 p.m. on October 29, 2022, I called Dr. and that's we all know it's Carolina Ornelas, right? Who is our contact for medical attention for our guests, and whose telephone number is blank. And remember, the other day I actually got her phone number, right? So it should be the same one. I don't know. But it's redacted on here. Good child. So let's see. Okay, this is page number 11. And it says, in about 4 minutes, Ms. Jackson texted me, asking me what I had been told. And I answered her that a doctor is going to contact her to check her friend. And she replies, okay. Attached to this document is a screenshot of the conversation with Miss Jackson and where she asked me for medical help. And the conversation is recorded on 3 letter-sized sheets of paper attached here too. At 16:25, Blake texted me and told me that the girl has to be hospitalized because after being evaluated, she has to be hospitalized, and that her friends were finding out if they had insurance, to which I asked if she is in serious condition, and the doctor said no, but that she does need an IV. Interesting. That she is practically unconscious, and that was why she had to be hospitalized. Later, the administrator, blank with telephone number blank, called me to ask if I requested an ambulance. And remember, the administrator was Gio, right? They already said it. Called me to ask if I requested an ambulance for the villa. I told him no. He tells me that security of Puerto Los Cabos is asking me about the request and access of an ambulance to Casa Linda number 32. Later, Blank called me to tell me that the guest had died and asked me to go there as soon as possible, that he is already on his way to help in whatever way he can. I went to Puerto Los Cabos and Cabo San Lucas after having spoken with Blank. Upon arriving at the villa, I found a couple of municipal police officers talking to Blank in the parking area of the house, and one of the guests, who was of African-American descent, regular build, short hair, was coming and going from the house and calling by cell phone a relative or friend in the United States, using as a Blank as a translator. I also saw the main client, Miss Jackson, making contact with the male guest and on several occasions entering and leaving the house. During this time, I am waiting for Blank to tell me what to do, since he are my concierge team leader. So I entered the house, where I initially observed the guest, relaxed, calm, sitting in the living room area near the bar and dinner table. So he's basically trying to get a hold of the concierge team leader, which is Gio. He's the manager. Okay. And what I can do is I can actually post like a video for people that might be interested of the concierge listings of people. Okay. Let So my purpose was to look for the main guest, Miss Jackson, and give her my condolences. When I talked to her, I gave her my condolences. She thanked me and told me that they had talked to her friend's mother and mentioned that this was so fast. To lose her in an instant for having had too much alcohol. So Daejhanae pretty much said to lose her in an instant for having had too much alcohol. I asked her if I could give her a hug, to which she said yes, and she gave me a very indifferent hug, very cold. I saw a very sad guest, a skinny girl, and I saw that she was in pain. I left that area and stayed outside the main entrance to give them space to mourn and grieve. Minutes later, I heard laughter. I approached Blank, who told me to leave, to go back to my villas in Cabo San Lucas, that he will be in charge of following up and supporting the clients and the authorities. I said goodbye to the clients and I left for Cabo San Lucas. Later, around 21 to 21:30 hours, the main guest contacted me to request transportation to go to dinner because he had not eaten anything all day due to the situation. So I called Blank with phone number Blank, who owns Lands End Transfer, requesting transportation for the clients of Villa Linda 32 to San Jose to go to dinner because they had not eaten anything. The driver advised of his departure from Villa Linda 32 to San Jose del Cabo to find a restaurant for dinner. At the end of the service, the driver Blank with phone number Blank reported via audio message on the WhatsApp chat of the Lands End Transfer Group that the service had ended, that he had left the guests at the airport hotel. Oh, child. So I guess they said they were going out to eat, but they actually went to the airport, child. The next day, Blank called me to tell me that the maid was reporting that there was no one in the villa. That if I had been notified that they were leaving, to which I replied that no, that the day before they had only requested transportation to the center. So later, around 11 in the morning, I sent a message to child. I want to find out which concierge it is, because now that they have been put out here on the internet, child, they might as well can talk to me now, child. So I'll be giving them a call, like, hey, your stuff is already out. But they already gave their information, so there's no reason to call. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's just a thought. Now I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not actually going to call them. All right. All right. Okay. Miss Jackson to offer my support, asking if everything is okay and if there was anything I could do for it. Without getting a response until the next day, Monday, October 31st, 2022. When she texted me asking if she had to do anything else for checkout, if she had to sign anything, I could email it to her as they had already left. Child, Miss Daejhanae Manhattan Jackson was in a hurry to get out of there. So yeah, so it says Monday, October 31st, 2022, when she texted me asking me if she had to do anything else for checkout, if she had to sign anything, I could email it to her as they had already left. Later, she asked me for the property manager's number. So minutes later, I sent it to her. Days later, I found out that there's a lot of controversy because of the news and the video of the main guest, Miss Daejhanae Jackson, hitting her friend Shanquella, the guest who died. When I saw the video on social media, I realized that practically the main guest, Miss Jackson, had manipulated me with the information she provided of what happened to leave the country as soon as possible. It should be noted that she put the name of Nazir Wiggins as the last person on the guest list or registry. Woo, child. There y'all go. There y'all go. So she is the one as the main person. I guess she put Nazir Wiggins on the name list. So he didn't sign it. Daejhanae signed it with her man hands. So Daejhanae Manhattan Jackson is the one that put Nazir Wiggins on there on the guest list. So he said, "Oop, I'm telling you who put that name on the list, Nazir Wiggins." Oh, let me see I'm checking my thing. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to Miss Crystal. Thank you, Miss Crystal, for the cash app. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thanks, girl. Yes, yes. Okay, so everybody else, just like I said all the time, support the channel for free by just hitting the like button. And again, shout out to Miss Crystal. So, child, we are on page 14. Woo, this is a lot of reading, y'all. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now we're at the I guess the autopsy. Now for the autopsy, wait 1 second. You know what? Know who I actually want to bring on? I actually want to bring on a medical examiner. But we can all, of course, go over it ourselves, right? But there might be some other things. I need to actually look over this myself to see if there's something that a medical examiner could actually look into in more detail. The cadaver was received packaged in a white plastic bag, duly labeled and preserved with a chain of custody registry brought at 20:30 hours to the autopsy table at the Medical Forensic Service on October 29th of this year. Later at 9 hours on October 30th, 2022, we gathered at the autopsy table at the Medical Forensic Service to examine, identify, perform an autopsy on the cadaver of whom was called in life Shanquella Robinson. That's sad. To go on vacation and then end up with a violent attack of a broken neck, right? And of course, like I said before, they give like the physical description, the appearance, like any tattoos or anything like that. Age 25 years old, sex female, skin color black, how tall she is in kilograms, body build, hair color, forehead size, proximity, like the color, thickness, all this information. Let's see. It says the analytical and deductive medical forensic scientific methodology will be used in this intervention. Techniques use vertical and I will actually have to get somebody else to go with this. These are medical terms. Mixed photographing and video during the procedure. Techniques used mixed photographs and yes sampling. Let's see here. It says examine and identify cadaver, determine causes of death of woman when alive was named Robinson Shanquella. I wonder, I wonder if her, I'll see. I know the parents, I don't know if both parents received it or not, this information. Yeah. So I will check into that. Yeah. Because both parents definitely need to see. Let's see. Determine the approximate time of death, make a detailed description of the external and internal injuries as well as the other objectives of the autopsy following internationally accepted protocols. I'm just glancing over this. Okay, what does it say? Hold on. Okay, size, large, lips, thick, corners, horizontal, denture, complete dental work, malformations, no ear type, oval, size, small, lobes unattached. Description of special peculiarities. Let's see. Scars, no. Tattoos, yes and right. Autonomic. Let's see. Snuff box, a heart-shaped figure of 3 by 3 centimeters in the dorsal region and left shoulder to the lumbar region is a female face and flowers of 45 centimeters. Characteristics, birthmarks are nevus. No, it says description of postmortem signs. Postmortem, liberty, yes, located at posterior regions. Disappear when pressed, yes. Rigor mortis, yes. Located at reducible cadaveric spam, no. Dehydration, yes. Corneas with black spots, no. Lower body temperature, yes. 20 degrees centigrade. Let me see. They did the sampling, cavities, vaginal, anal, nail scraping, others, blood sample for study packed and given to the forensic chemical lab through chain of custody, postmortem fingerprinting, yes. Okay, so to be honest, let me go ahead and come back tomorrow to go over the full autopsy report because I actually want to examine it myself before I actually go over it. Well, what I can do is I can also post this document to everyone to be able to go over, and then we can go over this tomorrow. Let's see. Let's at least do the conclusion, okay? We can say based on the aforesaid and the findings that the causes of death when life was called Robinson Shanquella was atlas and medullary dislocation, type and manner of death, violent, pre-existing pathology, unknown, time of death between 17 to 20 hours when the autopsy was performed. See, that's why I was telling y'all before that the time of death was just it was like an estimated time. So it says between 17 to 20 hours when the autopsy was performed. Okay, 5, signs of survival. Yes, the cadaver shows signs of torture. No. 6, determination. If the injuries are post-mortem, no, we found defibrillary injuries consistent with resuscitation efforts. This injury is in the, oh, shoot. So they did find some injury, a little slight injury, I guess, due to resuscitation. So basically what we need is like, I guess medical examiners are medical experts to go over the autopsy. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a medical examiner. So I think we need people with that expertise to go over it. End of the autopsy, 11 hours. The cadaver was identified. Yes. It's not really that complicated, but still, to me, having someone that with knowledge of medical terminology and expert is best to go over everything. That way there's no misinformation. You know what I mean? So I definitely will get someone on board that is a medical examiner or something like that that can go over this in detail for us to make sure there's no misinformation put out. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so I definitely want to look at I think Sheila said something about the clothing. Let me look at the clothing. But yeah, I want to look at this autopsy in detail, page by page and line by line. But this is my first time looking at it with y'all. Okay. I'm actually going to post a link in the chat. Okay. I'm going to post a link in the chat and everybody, we can review this. And what I'll do is I'll see if I can actually get somebody on here as soon as possible. Just like a medical examiner or somebody that's an expert that can make sure they know like all the medical terminology, etc. Okay. Did that actually post? Why is it not posting? Let me go to my live on the computer, on the browser. 1 second. So I'm going to post a link to this whole article, okay? So we can share this information. Yes, I'm definitely, thanks to Tanzis for actually sending this to me on IG. And now I'm actually going to share it with everyone else, okay? So this is information that a lot of people want. I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to share the source of information to whether it's a YouTuber or a viewer. Just give me a 1 second, okay? One second. So I posted, that's the link, okay? Let me put this back up. Hold on. Yeah, I am sleepy. So I'm definitely going to come back tomorrow to go over this information. I'm sleepy. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I definitely want to see the I think it was Sheila that mentioned clothing. I'm at the point where I have like one eye open, so I definitely have to go to bed. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, no, we found defibrillator injuries consistent with resuscitation efforts. This injury is in the, okay. Yeah, some people did mention that all those rounds of CPR would actually be cause some injuries, but obviously that's still not injuries to her neck. Okay, so let me go up some more. Yeah, because autopsy do usually list like the clothing the person was wearing. So let me go up. So I posted the link, so everybody needs to review it. Everybody out there, review it, okay? Review the documents and everything, and we can come back and discuss this tomorrow. Yeah, we can discuss this tomorrow. And I have a call line. I have the open panel and every open chat, and by then everybody should have everything reviewed, including myself. And there's one medical examiner, but he speaks like Spanish, and I'll have to have an interpreter. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. But I don't really see anything that they will actually need to interpret, to be honest. It looks like things are kind of self-explanatory, just with research and just, you know, your own knowledge of what you have. Yeah. So basically I could actually go line by line and just research it myself, to be honest. But I'll see about a medical examiner first too, as well, just to go over it, see if there's anything that I could possibly miss on. The undersigned attorney, Renee Alberto Gavin or Segura, expert forensic doctor of Baja California Sur, District Attorney's Office, ID number 632734 and SSA Registry 792278, assigned to the Forensic Services Bureau, named to intervene in SJC 3063-2022, page assignment 222048 and MF 1319 per official letter. Some other numbers of October 30 of 2022 issues this report. The cadaver was received packaged in a white plastic bag, duly labeled and preserved with a chain of custody registry brought at 20-30 hours to the autopsy table. I read this part. Okay. That's for physical description. I read that. I guess let me go down for clothing. I don't actually see anything. Hold on. Contusion in the left hand's anatomic snuff box. Sampling, yes. Cavities, vaginal, anal. All right, I already read that. Nail scraping. Oh yeah, here it goes. External examination of the cadaver. Clothing, tank top black. Jockey brand, size L. So they actually put the brand of the tank top. Jockey brand, it was a size large, and purple shorts without size Love University brand. No underwear without shoes. So yeah, that actually matches what she was wearing in the picture, right? I need to actually look at that picture again. Yeah, it was. It looked kind of pinkish to me a little bit, but yeah, I can see what can be like the picture. Let me look at that picture again. Hold on. Do I have it with me? Where is that picture? Oh, okay. Is that like a purple shorts? Is that like a light purple? Can't hardly see. I guess that could be considered a light purple. Looking at it. Yeah. It depends. Because the paramedics standing over her are wearing a white shirt, like white with a red center cross. And that definitely is not compared to what she's wearing, the shorts. And it's definitely not gray compared to, let's say, that pillow at that angle. So yeah, I could see it as a light purple. Let's see what she's wearing. The doctor's wearing like a maroon burgundy kind of color. Yeah. But the shirt I can see looks black. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Good night. I will see y'all tomorrow. I am tired, and we will definitely go over this, everything. And by then, I will be able to, yeah. By then, tomorrow, let me go to post the link one more time. By tomorrow, everybody should have read over these documents, and we will be able to have discussion on the, okay? I'm going to make sure I leave the chat open because, to be honest, it does need to be edited for the part when I dropped off, but I'm going to make sure I don't edit it. So here's the document I'm sharing with everybody. Okay. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, so that definitely does match what is there. And it looks like, to be honest, it really don't need a medical examiner. Somebody that is just even possibly even a nurse that has some kind of took anatomy and physiology, like knowing the parts of the body. I took anatomy and physiology, but that was in high school, child. Yeah, that was in high school. But somebody that took more courses, maybe at a college level, will actually be able to go with this too, not just a medical examiner. So yeah, I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that are working on Shanquella that will be able to go to autopsy in more extent and detail. I'm also going to go over it myself based on what I know as well and look over it. I was actually expecting more from the autopsy, mainly pictures. Maybe this is not the full thing. Usually they take pictures as well. But obviously they probably wouldn't submit that and give that out. Yeah. I thought they would get all the details of the complete autopsy out. All right. All right, y'all. Have a great night. And yeah, so we will see y'all tomorrow. Everybody has the link, right? Yeah. And what I also do is I'll post it in the comments as well. This is a link. So creators and everybody can have this information. And again, thanks for sending it to me as well. Yeah, so very, very suspicious, especially everybody leaving so fast and like getting out of there. And the concierge says he felt manipulated. To be honest, like the first thing I'm going to look at is the concierge list. And to be honest, even though I got one eye open and I'm sleepy, I'm also probably going to look at that concierge list tonight. Y'all know me. Like if something is on my mind, I can't really go to sleep until I take care of it or look at it. So I'm definitely going to look at the concierge list and see which concierge matches up with this description, child. Because I'm curious, y'all. And actually, I would do it now, but I have to actually transfer stuff from my other computer to this computer. I still haven't done it yet. I was meaning to do it, but I haven't done it. So I definitely won't be able to do it now. I do have a video on my YouTube that has like the list of the concierge names, but for certain reasons, obviously, I don't want everybody contacting the concierges at that time. So I didn't post the full video with all of their biographies. I think I read some of the biographies, but I don't think I posted all of them. It's on my other computer and I need to transfer it over. So I might not even do it tonight now that I think about what I have to do to get it. But I definitely am curious to know which concierge it was that I talked to. All right. You mean so Winter called 911 was fake news by you know who? I need to actually read over this. Because this says something about who called the concierge. I don't think this actually said who called 911. It says the concierge, and then the concierge referred them to the doctor. And then from there, I don't see where it's. I have to go back over, but I didn't see them not say that who called 911, right? I have to go back over this, y'all. I am tired, so I need to actually soak in all this information and refresh and come back tomorrow. Because right now I'm just out. I'm out for the count. Good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button on your way out.